Hi, I'm Walter Cronkite. You know, when students begin to consider their options after high school, they're making one of the most significant choices of their lives. And yet, it seems that young people make those choices with limited information about the colleges and universities that they're considering. All too often, they get vague, out-of-date facts and figures that really fail to put the information into proper perspective. And that's true of some of the most prestigious colleges and universities in our country. I attended the University of Texas many years ago, and today I'm proud to return to the campus periodically as a visiting professor of communication. In between, I covered World War II and Vietnam, and the nation's space program, and anchored the CBS Nightly News when today's freshmen were growing up. Teaching is exhilarating because I'm able to interact with young people in their intellectual and their personal growth, and in their appreciation of the world which television has brought to them. This vast world of ideas and politics and philosophies in our global village today. One of the few facts about the University of Texas at Austin that everyone seems confident about is that it is big. But how big is it? And what does that size really mean for a student? The University of Texas at Austin, the academic flagship of the University of Texas system, has about 37,000 undergraduate students attending classes in 14 colleges and schools, with another 12,000 graduate and law students. But obviously, those entire 37,000 undergraduates don't attend the same classes or even programs every day. Just as people make their way through large cities such as Dallas or Houston to their jobs, schools, and friends, students themselves move in increasingly intimate groups. A natural narrowing down process produces the manageable daily world of UT students. For example, while the main campus has well over 100 buildings on 357 acres in the middle of Austin, a student probably will need to find only 10 or 15 of those buildings in a given semester to visit professors, attend classes and labs, and study in the libraries. Students will find they can get almost anywhere on campus by foot in less than 10 minutes, while the university shuttle buses link them to the larger community. Students live in dormitories and residence halls of various sizes, some UT operated, some private. The largest university operated dorm, Jester, is home to 3,000 students, but even there students socialize in small groups. Students' courses concentrate in their colleges. A few classes have several hundred students, but many have less than 25 or even less than 15. And in activities such as intramural sports, students may be one of only 6 or 8. Moreover, groups of every interest abound, where individuals can encounter many more students with common interests than they might at home. That's what makes the university so unique, the great diversity it offers. Diversity is a characteristic which also derives from the university's setting in Austin. The busy capital is itself a dynamic example of cultural, social, and ethnic diversity, with a lifestyle that blends city and country.
Becoming part of the University of Texas at Austin is a very, very exciting experience. First of all, it's a world-class university in a fabulous, fabulous city, right in the heart of Texas. It's one of those places that has beautiful scenery and an exciting university environment. It is a world-class university with some of the brightest and most recognized Nobel laureates, very, very bright students, in an ambience and an atmosphere of discussion and intellectual give and take and excitement, where there is a real sense of community and an exciting environment to be a part of. It is truly an experience worth having.
One of the most important things to remember about size is that it represents the tremendous opportunity available at the University of Texas. For example, the university offers courses in 27 different languages. The university offers numerous engineering majors, not just a few programs. Overall, there are more than 270 degree plans and more than 6,500 courses offered. Easily the most diverse educational opportunity in Texas and one of the most diverse offerings nationally. The university has an extensive library system with more than 6 million volumes, computer access to hundreds of electronic databases, and unrivaled special collections. The Ransom Center is a remarkable research resource, which is a repository for some of the most important works of Western civilization.
The Gutenberg Bible is in 2 volumes, and this is the first volume. It begins with the prologue of St. Jerome, the translator of the Bible into Latin in the 4th century. The black is printed by Gutenberg. The rest, all of the color, is applied by hand after the printing was accomplished.
But for all its size and diversity, the University of Texas's real strength is in the quality found in each of its programs and the commitment it expects from students. And this is what distinguishes the university.
UT offers so many opportunities if you're willing to take advantage of them. And since I've taken advantage of them, I've changed a lot. I've become a lot more confident. I've learned to take the initiative. That's one thing that I've definitely learned to do here. One of my friends makes an analogy comparing UT to smaller schools, and she says that when you go to small schools, you go to the school and they give you a Renoir or a Monet, and they say, here, go with it. At UT, they give you the canvas and the paintbrush and the paint and say, go with it. And it's up to you to create the masterpiece.
The legislature's mandate establishing the university specified that it be a university of the first class. The University of Texas at Austin fulfills that mandate and is recognized internationally for its excellence. The university takes great pride in its honors programs and the strengths undergraduate programs derive from association with leading research and graduate studies. And excellence extends to performing arts and a wide range of nationally prominent athletic programs at the varsity level, including the country's premier women's athletics program. The term scholar athlete at the University of Texas is synonymous with excellence. This excellence is evident in the achievements of the people who comprise this great university, the faculty, the students, the alumni. The 2,300 faculty members include Nobel and Pulitzer Prize winners, National Academy members who earn the highest recognition a person can achieve in his or her field. The faculty is committed to teaching and research. At the University of Texas, graduate students teach less than 17% of undergraduate classes. In fact, undergraduate students will attend classes taught by researchers working at the frontiers of knowledge, often the authors of their textbooks. Of incoming students, approximately 85% ranked in the top quarter of their class, and more than half ranked in the top 10%. SAT scores averaged approximately 1,100, almost 200 points higher than the national average. And significantly, the number of new National Merit Scholars entering the university ranked second only to Harvard-Radcliffe. The achievements of Texas alumni are legendary. In any walk of life, in any profession, the contributions of ex-students of the University of Texas form the most compelling testimonial to the quality of the educational experience at the University of Texas.
I would say to any person, as those in the Texas Commerce Organization know, because we confined basically our recruiting to the top 10% of classes, and we did recruit nationwide, although our population here at Texas Commerce is, many people say, predominantly University of Texas. But once again, those that we recruited from the business school at the University of Texas, we found were on parity with, if not superior to, those from Northwestern, from University of Chicago, from Harvard, from Wharton, from Stanford. You can get a first-class education at the University of Texas in Austin.
As well as its specialized degree offerings and drive for excellence, the University of Texas offers a true university experience. The university is a world center of thought. Here, students have the opportunity to meet the individuals who shape world events. This university welcomes scholastically qualified students who are willing to accept the challenges it offers, and it is remarkably accessible. A combination of low tuition and extensive financial aid makes the university affordable for students of all backgrounds. University students annually receive more than 13,000 competitive academic scholarships with a combined value of more than $19 million. The university has more institutionally funded, merit-based scholarships and grants and aid for undergraduate minority students than any other school in the country. Overall, the total amount of financial aid of all types received each year, grants, scholarships, student employment, approaches $120 million a year.
I think there's several things that students must consider when they get ready to make the final decision where they go to college, and in essence whether the University of Texas at Austin is the right institution for them. But one thing that goes through my mind, are they really willing to make this academic sacrifice that's going to be required to be successful at the University of Texas? A second thing that goes through my mind is access. And by that I mean access to the kind of resources that exist at the institution. We not only have a marvelous faculty at the institution, we have great laboratories, we have one of the finest academic research libraries in the United States, we have a marvelous counseling center, we have resources designed to help students do well in class if they're having problems, a reading study skills center. And the third thing, of course, is just the general environment that exists at the university. And I'm talking about whether discussions being held on the West Mall or something that's being taking place in the library, or the fact that we'll have a past president of the United States on the campus, which gives the student an opportunity to interact literally with that individuals and world leaders of all types. That makes the whole institution a very exciting and vibrant place to go to school.
The University of Texas is a school rich in great history and traditions. One of the stories that captures that spirit is the story of its alma mater, the Eyes of Texas. The university's third president was William L. Prather, always a figure of perfect dignity and stateliness, habitually cautioned students of the University of Texas, the eyes of Texas are upon you. The campus poet J.L. Sinclair took the phrase, spun off a song, and used it in a campus play where it cracked up the audience, especially the austere president, who reportedly was the first one to laugh. Perhaps what gave the song its acceptance was the grain of truth embedded in the humor, that the eyes of Texas really are upon the students and the university, and that the exuberance of college life goes hand in hand with the significance of the educational opportunities and the importance of the institution. In all the different ways in which the simple melody can be played, it reflects the richness of university life, which is, after all, a wonderful experience, one which ex-students often are reminded of thousands of miles away from Texas when the sunset turns that particular shade of burnt orange.